Hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Now, when I was going to do this video, I thought, how could I make a Q&A exciting? Because I watch lots of Q&As, and especially car Q&As, and usually it's people just sitting in their car, rattling through questions. So I was like, can I hang out of a tree? Or can I go point of view? Or, can I get Leonardo DiCaprio to read out my questions? But none of that was kind of working for me, and it was proving a bit dangerous trying to do like a Q&A whilst driving. So I am going to sit in my car and do a Q&A. Hopefully it will help if I put on some cheery music. Now, before I actually get into the main part of the Q&A, I've got a couple of announcements to make. So if you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, you will have seen that Seb Delaney, the guy who challenged me to the supercar spotting challenge in Monaco, challenged me again, he's like obsessed with challenges, this guy, to drive down to Monaco for the Top Marks supercar event in the 4C. But there was a twist. I had to do the entire drive, close to 900 miles, in one day. So it's about 14 and a half hours. But I decided to accept the challenge and head on down to Monaco for Top Marks. So I will be jumping in the 4C. Whilst I love this car, it's not really a long distance cruiser, but I'm going to suck it up. I will vlog the shit out of the journey. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, because there's going to be so much content coming out of that trip. The drive down, but obviously my days in Monaco as well. I just can't wait. And the dates I'm in Monaco, if you're going to be there as well, I'm coming right at the end because work doesn't allow me to be there for the whole of Top Marks. So I get there on the 18th and I leave on the 21st. It's only a few days. But what is really exciting, and the second part of my announcement, is I will be then joining Shmee150, Tim, on the return leg of his Where's Shmee Euro Tour, which I cannot wait for. So we leave Monaco on the 21st of April. It's just going to be insanely good fun. There are so many cool cars going, so many cool people going. I will let Tim explain everything, so head over to shmee150.com, click on the links for the Where's Shmee tour, find out where we're going to be, find out where you can come and meet us, say hi. It'd be great to meet as many international people as possible. You can hear my really dodgy accents I put on when I meet people from foreign countries. And yeah, it's just, that's going to be epic. So of course, again, I will be vlogging, I will be posting to Instagram, I will be doing weird little updates on Facebook, so make sure you follow me everywhere to get the maximum kind of content. There will be collaborations for days. All I can say is that UK car YouTube is going to explode for that week. Okay, let's get on to the Q&A. So before I start going through the questions that you guys submitted, I want to do a few general, frequently asked questions, because since I started Seeing Through Glass, there have been probably 3 questions which I get asked maybe 652 times an hour. It just seems to be every time I post anything, the same 3 questions come up. And they are, numero uno, why do you cover your Speedo in your videos? Okay, so a lot of you have noticed this. When I'm driving point of view, I have a little cover over my Speedo. The reason I do this is that I do most of my driving in London, and London speed limits vary between 20, 30, 40 miles an hour. And when you're driving, occasionally you go 4, 5, 6 miles an hour over the speed limit, kind of, by accident. You might be pulling out of a junction, overtaking a bus, avoiding a taxi, because they're nightmares. All these different kind of variations that means that sometimes you just go over the speed limit by accident and then you come back down. But because I'm videoing myself, I don't want to purposefully incriminate myself. I don't think you can be convicted for videos at the moment, but I think it can be used as evidence. And so I don't want to have that worry in the back of my head going, oh my god, I've got an amazing video where I'm chasing a LaFerrari and a Bugatti and blah blah, and I'm going, but crap, I did 37 miles an hour at one point, I'm going to have to take the video down. So I cover my Speedo to have my own back. In number 2, in the most asked questions of all Seen Through Glass time, why do I wear my watch on my right hand? Okay, simplest answer ever here. I'm left-handed. Since birth, I came out of the womb wearing a watch, basically, and it was on my right hand. Just how it is. It feels freaking alien to wear it on my left. I'll go into watch showrooms to look at some £12,000 watch I can't afford, and they'll be like, here we go, sir, I'll put it on. I'm like, what are you doing? What? Don't go near my left wrist. Put it on the right, bitch. So that is why. It's very simple. You can yell at me and go, it's not right, the dial, whatever, I don't care, that's just what I do. So third and final most asked question of Seen Through Glass in all time is, what do you do for a job? How do you make money? How can you afford your lifestyle? Okay, I totally understand why you're asking it. However, at this moment in time, I don't want to reveal too many facts about my personal life. As I see it, or where we are right now, seeing through glass is still a hobby. As time goes on, I may be able to switch more focus to seeing through glass, depending on how things develop, and I can tell you more about my life. But right now, all I will say is I'm self-employed, reasonably recently self-employed, and this car, my Alfa 4C, was a kind of prize to myself for surviving the first year, not being basically homeless and going bankrupt. I had a touch wood. There's no wood! Touch my head, does that count? Touch wood. No awful, horrible situations, and I had a reasonably successful year. So I thought, hey, I've taken a big leap, time to reward myself, and I bought the 4C. So that's why I have the car, that's how I managed to earn the car, and that's my life. And I'm afraid that's as much as I'm going to tell you about my personal life for now. So please don't ask. When I'm ready to tell you more, I will. Now that boring stuff is out of the way, well, actually the announcements were quite fun, weren't they? The frequently asked questions were a bit boring. Let's get on to the questions that you submitted. Okay, so first up, Car Spotter 599. This might seem a bit of a stupid question, never a stupid question, but did you go for a thorough test in the 4C? And is it quite a tight fit as the car is quite small and you are quite tall? I'm a lanky bastard. So, thorough test. Not really. Basically, I sort of, in my mind, had got myself excited about it, so I was already probably the seller's dream buyer, because I kind of walked in being like, oh, I kind of want this car. Went down to Joe Macari's. Hopefully you all know if you've watched my previous videos. If not, go back after this, watch my collection video, watch the Why Did I Choose the 4C video. And yeah, went down to Joe Macari, walked in, saw the car, and I think it's the kind of car that the minute you see it, you either love it or hate it, but I loved it. I was just like, oh, this car's amazing. And the minute I sat in it, I was like, this is even better. And we went for a drive, and I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. So the more I sort of was around it and in it, I just kind of knew straight away that this was going to be the ideal car. Is it uncomfortable because I'm too tall? No, not at all. I'm 6'2", for anyone who didn't know. And it's totally fine. It took me a while to figure out my seating position, I'll tell you that. Topher996, what's your normal MPG? How tall are you? Covered that already, Topher. And is it a tight fit? Covered that too. Do you daily the 4C, and if so, is it a good daily? I mean, that's a lot of questions, Topher. You've really taken advantage of this whole Q&A situation. Okay, so where do we start? What's your normal MPG? Oh, I should have had the car on. It's about, in London, I think I've been doing 22 to 25, no, 23 to 25, which, everyone will know is a market improvement. Oh, that was weird. Who forgets the word improvement? Anyway, I do. Marked improvement over the TTS, which was doing about 15, so that's good. And then on the motorway, highway, A roads, whatever you want to call them, I'm probably doing mid to high 30s. Arya Yousefi? Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Oh, I'm going to pronounce a lot of these names wrong. Does the 4C work as an everyday driver? Oh, so I kind of forgot that in the previous question, though. Yes, is the simple answer. Finest pictures _ what's your absolute dream car? So I probably should have had a thought about these questions before I started filming. Right now, LaFerrari. I mean, I'm obsessed with LaFerraris. This is a question for all of you, actually. I have a dream car for every budget. If someone says to me, what's your dream car? I'm like, what's the budget? So let's not get into that. Maybe that's like a separate video. I can go through every price bracket. Boring. Car Spotter Chili. Hey, Chili. Chili. This is great. 488 or Hurricane? 488 or Hurricane. Okay, so I need to see a 488 in flesh. I was really disappointed when they introduced that car, because look at anything, the 360 to the 430, the 430 to the 458, massively fundamental changes in like car, character design, the whole shebang. 458 to 488, I'm like, meh. So I'm going to hold breath on that. I do like a Hurricane. Amazing Cars and Boats. Ah, God, them boats. What's the Boats and Hoes from, what's that film? Step Brothers. Anyway, Amazing Cars and Boats. Sorry, I got distracted. Are you coming to spring event? Yes, I am coming to spring event. So again, go to the shmee150.com website, check out his itinerary for the return leg post Top Marks. I will be at all the stops and on all the journeys that he is doing there. Nalik Photography, or NA Link Photography, anyway. What was your first car? What was your second choice after the 4C? My first car was a Volkswagen Golf 1.4. It was a Mark IV 1.4, and I loved that car, man. I put alloys on it. I put like some chrome front grille. I had speakers everywhere. It was like a proper first car. Like and what was the weird one is that I remember at the time So 1.4 was pretty decent, then there was the 1.6, which the bad boys had, and then there was like a 1.9 diesel, like a 1.8, which is like really rare. If somebody had that, you're like, mate, what is that? You are a big spender! Shit me, man! Like, what was my second choice after the 4C? Well, as everyone knows, I'd ordered the TTS, and I was really excited about that, and I still think amazing cars, I would probably still take one. So I think I'd say that's my second choice. But now I'm further down the line. Oh, it depends on money, because the TTS was very affordable. TTS. Tiger Tholstrup. Are you going to customise the 4C at all? He said you should get some black plates for the 4C. So black plates are actually illegal unless your car's like pre-1978 or something. So no black plates, Tiger. Am I going to customise the 4C? Stay tuned. So probably a lot of you saw that I went to see Yanni a few weeks back. He posted, I posted. I wanted to talk through some options really to see what's possible. Such a unique car, this car, but the way my mind was working at the time is that because of the launch editions and because of just naturally the kind of cars they are, my feeling is you're going to see a lot of red Alpha 4Cs, a lot of reds. Some white, the satin white, which is the other colour they offered on the launch edition, and I think you'll see some blacks. I don't think you'll see many other colours. So I just thought, it'd be fun to go down there, see what was possible. I will be going to Yanni at some point this year. That will happen. Once it's all decided, I will let you know. It's not going to be for at least 6 months. Will there be other customizations apart from Yanni? Yes. Soon to be revealed. TH Autos, are you going to Wilton Classic Supercar this year? I hope so. I hope to go to Wilton. Praska. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything that you prefer about the TTS? Do I prefer? No, because the 4C is so different, and in my mind, like such a step up as far as in like occasion, sports car, speed, sound. Yes, you could say the TTS was a better long cruiser. This one on the motorway is a bit lively. So that's maybe the only thing I miss, was the motorway driving in the TTS. Otherwise, no, I'm good. IL Photography, are you planning on coming to Riga? I don't know where Riga is. I had to Google it. Looks nice. I have no plans to come soon, but maybe I will organise a trip now. Yassine Banoichi. Did you ever think you'd have as much success as you do on YouTube? Another question is, do you regret getting the 4C at all? Is there any part of you that wanted the F-Type, or are you completely sold on the 4C? People are really taking advantage of this whole Q&A thing with the long questions, but I like it. What was the first part of the question? You think I have as much success as you do on YouTube? That is really kind, because I do not think I have a lot of success on YouTube. I am loving making these videos. I'm loving being around supercars. I have so much fun. All the people I've met. I would not consider myself as hugely successful. I think I'm still very new, building slowly. Yeah, I mean, it's great, but we'll just keep growing from here, people. Do I regret getting the 4C at all? Not in any possible way. I have absolutely no regret. And so the F-Type, great car, and yes, I'd still have one, but probably if somebody had said, here's an F-Type and here's a 4C, now I'd still pick the 4C. Jack Shepherdson, what's your favourite classic car and classic race car? Classic cars, okay. I'm a little bit superficial here. I kind of only like modern supercars. It's a weird one with petrol heads. A lot of people are into their classic cars, and also a lot of car collectors are massively into classic cars. Sometimes people are like, oh yeah, I'm a car collector, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna have like a Pagani and a McLaren P1, and he's like, yeah, I've got a 1923 Rolls Royce, and I'm going, oh no. They are amazing, and I had the insane opportunity to go out in a vintage Aston Martin race car recently, and holy crap, that was an incredible experience, and probably more like visceral and exciting than any modern sports car I've ever been in. I haven't been in that many supercars, but yeah, so that was amazing, so I don't write them off. If I had to have a favourite classic car, how old are you saying is classics? Like, can I say a 288 GTO? Is that classic enough for you? What about a Super America? I'm probably a Ferrari, like a 250 GTB. A classic Ferrari, let's just go with that. Classic race car, I'm Formula 1 obsessed. So, again, it would be a Ferrari, probably from the 98 or 99 season. So one of Schumacher's Ferraris, the years that he lost to Hakkinen actually, because I thought after that they came a bit slope-nosed and that was all the dominance. Anyway, so yeah, 98 or 99. Let's go 1998 Ferrari Formula 1 car. Done. So that's kind of it, really. Hopefully I've answered all the main questions. There were so many questions submitted, so I'm really grateful for that. What I tried to do was sort of, where things had doubled up, was just pick an example. So I'm really sorry if I didn't answer your particular question, but hopefully I've answered your question, if that makes sense. And yeah, sorry that it hasn't been more of an exciting Q&A. I just thought I'd battle through, get you the answers that you wanted, and crack on from there. So yeah, so as I mentioned, lots of stuff coming up over the next few months. Please make sure that you follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and you are subscribed to youtube.com/seeingthroughglass, because there's plenty of exciting stuff to come, and especially over the next couple of weeks pre-Monaco, there's definitely some things that, judging from those questions, you're going to want to see. Okay guys, I'll catch up with you soon.